Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of What's Cooking Tonight. And on today's episode, we are going to be doing some pork belly burnt ends, another meat that I've never done in the smoker. So today we're going to do this in the Fornetto Basso. We're going to use some cherry wood. And a little note in this video, I was doing this during Thanksgiving. This was going to be like an appetizer for our Thanksgiving meal. So a lot of this is going to be narrated. There was like too much going on in my house to use the actual audio. So we will go ahead and kick it off after the intro clip here, and we will see you in a bit.
My gosh, these look so good. Oh man, these are looking amazing. Looking pretty good. Oh man. This looks so good. I can't believe how good this turned out. Oh yeah. That's looking good.
Welcome back, everyone. All right, so today what we're working with is some pork belly. I got 4.5 pounds of pork belly from my local butcher. So I went ahead and cubed those up into about 1-inch square cubes. I'm doing my typical mustard slather here so that we can get the rub to coat nice and good. One thing I do want to point out is when I went to the butcher, I did not tell them that I wanted skinless pork belly. I kind of just assumed it would come that way because whenever I go to Costco, I see the pork belly with the skin already off. But you know, I made that assumption at the butcher, and then I got pork belly with skin on it that I had to go and cut off before we smoked it. So just a tip on that, make sure you get the skinless pork belly. And so we got our mustard slather on, and the next thing we're going to do is get our rub on, and we're going to be using the Holy Gospel barbecue rub. So in just a minute here, you'll see that in the camera, Holy Gospel barbecue from Meat Church. Really good basic barbecue rub. I recommend this, you know, for ribs or pork belly, you know, kind of anything. It's a good rub. All right, so we're going to go ahead and fast forward through the rest of this seasoning, and then we will get ready to put these on a metal rack so we can get them on the smoker. All right, so we are just finishing up the rub here, getting it good and coated, and we are going to put it on a metal grate. Just gonna make it easier for us to get these on and off the smoker. All right, here's the final layout before we go and put these in the smoker. I barely got them on the grate. So we'll take this outside and we will get these pork belly burnt ends cooking on the Fornetto Basso. All right, so today on the Fornetto Basso, we are going to be doing a temp of 275, and we're going to use some cherry wood. One thing to point out is that at 275, these are going to cook a little bit quicker. When these were all done, I did think that they weren't as like smoke flavored as they could be. They were definitely still good, but you know, I'm used to cooking ribs when it comes to pork, and you know, the ribs are usually on the smoker a little bit longer. So just to point out, you might want to do this a little bit lower, like around 250, and then they'd be on for longer, and I think they'd absorb some more of that smoke flavor.
Hey guys, we're back. The pork belly has been on the smoker for about an hour and a half now. The temp's been around 250. I had a little bit of problems, you know, maintaining the temp, so probably add some more charcoal after this. But we're gonna go ahead and do the reveal, see how they're looking. Oh, looking pretty good, but they definitely need some more time on here. So I'm just gonna give them a little bit of spritz with the apple juice here. Make sure they stay nice and moist. All right, and then they're gonna go back on. At least another hour. Might need a little bit more time than that. So we will see when we take them off. we're going to like re-season them a little bit and then get them in some barbecue sauce and brown sugar and all that goodness. So we will see you then. Alright guys, we're back. The pork belly has been on there about, I want to say about 2.5 hours, right around there. So we're going to take a look at it. We're going to temperature probe them, see how they're feeling, and we'll see how much longer they need to stay on. Ooh, those are looking much better.
So we're going to go ahead and temperature probe these. They should be temping out to like 200 degrees. And as I'm doing this, they're temping out like pretty close to what the temp should be. Like this one right here was a little low, like 180, but some of these are temping to 200. But when I was doing this, they just didn't feel probe tender. So I decided to leave these on for like another half an hour. And so after that, we will come back and we will start you know, adding some barbecue and brown sugar and all that stuff to it. All right, so the pork belly burnt ends have been on the smoker for about 3.5 hours at this point. And so what we're gonna do, we're gonna put some butter in the pan here. We're gonna put some brown sugar in here. And we're also gonna do some Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. Not too much, just to get like a coating on there so that we can get a good bark, you know, on this these pork belly burnt ends. So we'll, you know, get this good barbecue sauce on here, do a little bit more rub, and then we'll put it on for about 20 more minutes just to kind of solidify the barbecue sauce on the outside here.
Alright guys, I think these pork belly burnt ends are all done. All said and done, they were on the smoker for about 3.5 hours, so a little longer than I expected, but that's because in the beginning I couldn't get my smoker to, you know, stay up to temp. So let's take this foil off. Let's see how these guys are looking. Oh, looks pretty good, right? Let's get a little zoom in here. Ooh, let me try and find a small one here to take a bite of. Ooh, a little bit hot. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to eat this. Good smoky flavor, got some nice barbecue on there. I think I might take this foil off and let it tack up a little bit, you know, on here so it's not as watery, but definitely delicious. Alright, so that I can't stop eating this, so good. Alright, so that was the pork belly burnt ends on the Fornetto Basso. See you next time, guys.